Welcome back. Going to university is supposed to be one of the best times of your life, but for millions of young people trying to study during the pandemic, it was anything but.
Online learning and a lack of access to facilities meant severe disruption to higher education, and today thousands began legal action against institutions in both England and Wales. Catherine Nash has this report.
It's been a dream of mine to go to university and become a master of my craft, and I've walked away with none of that.
I was delivered an online degree in my bedroom with absolutely no social or other interaction with other students outside of the seminars.
Tia and David were studying at different universities during the COVID pandemic. Both say they missed out on a normal student experience, spending tens of thousands of pounds on learning that mainly took place online.
It is an enormous amount of money, and it's an enormous burden even if you do get the education that you paid for. But when most of that education is missing, that burden just feels so much heavier, and that's not fair for an education that I didn't receive.
I've come out of this degree with a very lacklustre degree, and it's not worth what I paid. It's not of the same value. I don't have the skills that I was promised. So no, it was not worth it.
Feeling so let down, the pair, along with 20,000 other students, are now taking legal action against 18 universities in the hope of getting back some of their fees, despite unis maintaining they made changes to teaching in line with government guidance.
Education was still being delivered, and it wasn't universities' fault that COVID happened. So it's not quite clear, where is this money meant to come from? Is it meant to come from spending on current students to compensate students whose lectures still happened during COVID?
But for students like Jowita, who took a master's in forensic science, even compensation won't make up for the lack of practical experience, which has made it hard for her to get a job in her field.
It still had an effect now, because a year later I've not been able to find a job in forensic science or crime scene investigation. I've been told that I don't have the experience necessary because I have to sit in an interview and try and convince them that actually attending a crime scene over Zoom is the same as doing it in real life, which of course it's not. So sadly, I've been unsuccessful. I've always been top trumped sort of by people that have had practical experience.
David and Tia have both now graduated and are pursuing their careers. But while they do that, they'll wait to see what comes of the legal action, still feeling the impact of a very difficult few years. Catherine Nash, 5 News.